Hello everyone, I'm Caleb from Brickloaf, and today we're going to be reviewing the top 10 most expensive Marvel figures from my collection and my top 5 favorite figures. Now, keep in mind that I will be excluding figures who are from the same set who directly line up. So any figures that are 8th and 9th or 1st and 2nd, I will just take the cheaper one off of the list and just stick with the more expensive one. Starting us off at number 10 is Doctor Doom from the 2013 Daily Bugle Showdown. Now, I just talked about this figure in my Daily Bugle comparison, so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's really awesome. I love the comparison between the two. Now, this figure is going from anywhere around $16 to $23. The hood and the cape do appear on plenty of other figures, but that Doctor Doom head, torso, and legs only appear in that set, which is what makes this beloved villain so expensive. Now we're moving on to Star-Lord with the closed jacket. This is from the 2014 set, the Milano Starship Rescue. Now this figure is going from about $18 to $26, but there's not much unique about him from this set. His legs appeared on the Gamora and the Drax from the same set. His helmet appears in one other set, and his minifigure head appears in at least 6 to 7 other sets. What is unique about this figure is his torso, which doesn't appear in anything but this one specific set. His head is double-sided, and his figure came with a piece of hair as well so that you can display your Star-Lord with or without the helmet. Now in 8th place we have the Punisher, going for about $27. This figure came in the 2021 Daily Bugle set. Now, his legs have appeared on 6 other figures, and his hairpiece has been on 30 plus other figures. So you may be wondering where the value is. Well, his double-sided face and his torso are unique to this set, but it also helps that he is locked behind a $300 paywall because he only appears in the Daily Bugle. As a fairly well-known Marvel character, it's no wonder why he's in such demand, and I know personally, being the vigilante hunter he is, I have him fighting the crime in my city as well. Moving on to number 7, we have Wolverine. And this is the comic-looking one from the X-Men vs. the Sentinel from 2014. Now, there's not a whole lot of detail going on. You wouldn't expect much from, a 2014 set in a comic version of him. I do love his simple print on the front and back of his torso and the sleeveless arms. But I really love the helmet on this figure because it is unique to the set as well as all the other parts. He uses a similar mask style as Batman does, where the white on the front shows through the mask, but you can turn it around, take his mask off, and show off his sleeked back Wolverine hair. This figure is going for about $19 to $30. And in 6th place, we have another Guardians of the Galaxy figure. This is Drax from the Milano Spaceship Rescue from 2014. The same set as the closed jacket Star-Lord. Going for about $29 to $33, you may be asking yourself, what's so valuable about this figure? Well, I am too. Because the head may be unique to this figure with a front and back print, but the torso showed up on a newer Drax. Same arm printing, all that, and the legs from this figure are the ones that showed up on the Gamora and Star-Lord as well. So I believe that because Drax has only appeared in 2 sets, and he is pretty cool with his tattoos, it may just be the figure, the character who he is, that drives the value. Now here we are halfway through the list, and here is Ultimate Ultron, a figure I had no idea had such decent value. This is going for about $32 to $43. You can find him in one of 2 places, the 2015 Avengers Quinjet City Chase from the Age of Ultron movie, or the 2015 Throne of Ultron from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Now, the legs, torso, bottom part of his helmet, and top part of his helmet do not appear anywhere else but on this figure. The only thing that has appeared somewhere else is his minifigure head, which has 2 red marks on where his cheeks would be, and that is because Ultron has a mouth laser beam kind of thing, and that's supposed to be him charging it. Now, 4th place here happens to be the figure I have owned the longest, the Lego figure, and this is Spider-Man from the Spider-Man 2 movies. He came out in 2004 in 5 sets. This one happens to be from the Fusion Lab, but his legs, torso, and head only appear in those 5 sets, and because of the popularity of Spider-Man now, especially Tobey Maguire, this figure is going anywhere from about $25 to $47, so there are certainly people who are trying to sell this figure for $100 to $200, maybe more dollars. Now here we are, the top 3, and I have a figure that is probably going to surprise you. This is Ronan the Accuser from the 2014 Milano Spaceship Rescue, the same set as the Drax I mentioned earlier, though this figure is far more valuable at $34 to $47. Now he is a significant villain, especially for the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is why I believe he's worth so much, in addition to the fact that his legs, torso, double-sided head, and headpiece are unique to this figure from this set. His jacket, of course, has appeared on plenty other figures. For any Guardians of the Galaxy fans, or in general, any Marvel fans, this is a character you probably want to have in your collection. I think it's also plenty safe to say that we will not see this character in a LEGO set ever again, so that is why he's so expensive. At number 2 is a figure that's not so surprising when you think about it. This is Quicksilver. He only appeared in the Hydra Fortress Smash from 2015, which coincided with the Age of Ultron movie, but his black legs and his white hair are on plenty of other figures, but what's unique to him is his torso and that double-sided head. They killed Quicksilver off way too early in my opinion, and there is no comic version of this character in LEGO, so I think it's safe to say that we may not see another Quicksilver, which is why he is so expensive. This figure is $42 to $53. Here we are. Spot number 1 of the most expensive Marvel figure that I own, and to no surprise, it is the Green Goblin. And this is the variant with the gold eyes and teeth. That's important to know, because this figure only came in the Origins and the Final Showdown. These sets came out in 2003, but they weren't the only Goblins released at that time. There was a version which had the same legs, torso, and even head print, but the mask was different. The mask did not have the gold eyes and teeth. So that, I believe, is what really drives up the value of this figure. It is much more decorated. Underneath that helmet, you can see Osborn's face looks very similar to a classic LEGO figure, and on the back, it is designed to look like the back of the Goblin mask because it does dip up in the back. This figure is selling on average for about $53 to $75, but be careful because there are plenty of people out there trying to sell it from anywhere from $179 to $498. And we've made it through the top 10 most expensive minifigures that I own, but we're not done yet because I have to share with you my 5 favorite figures. And now these don't exactly correlate to price because some may have a nostalgic factor because of who the character is or how long I've owned the set. Some of them may just be because of the parts on the figure. But here we go. In 5th place, I have the Winter Soldier, and this is the one that has his Winter Soldier arm. This is from Captain America Civil War in 2016. He appeared in the Black Panther Pursuit and the Superhero Airport Battle. Now, I love his double-sided head. I love his arm. You know, it's a very simple print on this figure. I am a huge Captain America fan. I own a lot, if not most, of the Captain America LEGO figures. So I really wanted the Winter Soldier, and I'm glad to have him as part of my collection, and he is currently on our Avengers Tower. And look at where we are now in 4th place. We have Zombie Captain America from the What If CMF series for Marvel that just pretty recently came out. The print on this figure and his accessory is fantastic. I mean, you don't get many zombie figures. We haven't had many LEGO zombie figures in a while. But the fact that this is Captain America zombie, this was something I had to have. The legs are printed. One side's red, on one side's teal on the bottom. One arm is teal, the other's got his uniform still on. His uniform's all tore up, his helmet's dirty, and that zombie face is amazing. I suspected there would be a Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, but a Zombie Captain America figure, this blew my mind when I found out it was being released, and of course I had to feel all the bags that I could of CMFs to make sure I found that shield and that helmet piece so I could get this Zombie Captain America. In 3rd place, here we are back to Wolverine. Now, I do love the MCU figures. I have no preference MCU over comic, but there's just something special about having these comic figures because before the MCU was big, LEGO released a lot of the Avengers Assemble and all that sorts of things, and they were pretty basic figures that were either based off, the cartoon or the comics, and I just really love Wolverine's outfit here. I love the mask especially. I don't ever really display him with the hair because I like to have them in their, superhero disguise or display. But I really love how he came with the claw pieces. I wasn't a huge fan of his set, but this is a great character. Staying on the same track of simple character design, I have this Taskmaster figure. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of the one in Black Widow, either the figure or the character in the movie, but I love this slightly comic cartoon one where it's a fairly simple design on his torso. His legs are pretty bare, but he did come with a pretty cool shield and a broadsword. There is printing on the back of him. He came in the Hulk Lab Smash from 2014, and I was really surprised that this, somewhat minor character at the time was even in a Lego set. But not only that, he has a double-sided face, and one side is, a very stoic face, but the other one is like an evil smile, a grimace. And I love the design of his head. You could actually use this on any skeleton figure you wanted if you were building your own. Fun little side note, the print on his shield, the actual shield itself, has only ever appeared in 2 sets, the Lab Smash and the Mines of Moria from 2012, Lord of the Rings. Now, the first place figure that I've chosen also happens to be one that I've owned the longest as well, and that's because he came in the same Fusion Lab set as the previously mentioned Spider-Man. This is Dr. Octopus when he became the villain. Now, yes, he looks goofy. The face is kind of weird, the hair is definitely bad, the torso and the legs are very simple. And you'll see on the back there that brown piece that holds the arms is supposed to be a light tan. I don't have it, so excuse that for the moment. But, I just love Doc Ock because of the character's arms. I get that gives him an advantage of the others because it's kind of an accessory and the figure itself isn't that fantastic. But because the arms are a part of the figure, and this is from a specific scene in the movie, one of my favorite movies, I love this figure. You can even see that the plating across his torso is a little shiny, and I think that's a great detail. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this figure review, be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of theme you'd like us to review in the future. We have Atlantis, Harry Potter, Star Wars, all that kind, so let me know. And be sure to like and subscribe to see our future content.